Hello viewers, this is going to be a video tutorial on the POS systems of Applebee's. So what are we talking about here? Some topics discussed in this video tutorial will be the two different types of POS systems we use, our menu, the table and person numbers, putting in food and bev orders, and using modifiers. Unfortunately, as we may or may not know, there are many different aspects to a POS system, and without making this like an hour-long tutorial, I had to cut it down a bit. So some topics that will not be discussed in this video tutorial will be how to do voids, comps, pay options, purchase of gift cards, and checkouts. We have two ways of using a POS here. We have our computer terminals, which the software is the POS, and our TED software is Presto. And I'll get to talk a little bit more about the TEDs towards the end of this video tutorial, so you don't have to worry about that right now. So let's start off with the POS terminal. We have 8 terminals in our restaurant. And I specifically am using POS number 2. So when we have to access the terminal at any time, we have to swipe into it. So let's take a look at this video. And then as you can see, my screen pops up. These are the tables I currently have in my section, which is section 4. Here is a look at the bar terminal, which the layout is a lot different than all of the other terminals because they only have the layout of seats 101 through 120 for the bar, and if the staff were to order food, tables 1 through 4. Just to get more of a perspective on the table layouts, here is our chart. We have 4 sections in this chart, and I am in section 4 on my terminal, so I have tables 31 through 33 and 41 through 43. Now this would be if I were on a 7 chart, where as you see on the left, we're only on a 4 chart. So when we swipe into our terminal, we have the other menu option. Let's take a look. So we swipe in, and in the corner we see other menu. This gives us the option to clock out, check out, transfer all our checks, change sections, do different reports, do fixed tips, and do balance inquiries. So now, as you can see, I'm logged into section 4, so what if I were to pick up a table for another server? We have 2 options here. We can either change our section by going to Other Menu, clicking Change Section, and deciding which section to change. Or, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, there are left and right arrows, which will bring us to the different table sections. And once we get all the way to the end, it will just bring up every table within the restaurant. So let's take a look at our menu on the terminals. On the left, we have our main menu, which we always go to when we need to pick subcategories within the POS. And on the right, we'll start with our bev and liquor menu. We have all our liquors listed A to Z, and then we have our juices, shakes, soft drinks, virgin drinks, martinis, margaritas, shots, and then we have our modifiers at the bottom, which are liquid prep and garnishes. It's very important when ringing in items to make sure you split them up by person in case they ask for separate checks. So as you can see here, I have highlighted I am on person 2 on the left and person 3 on the bottom, and it'll always bring you back to the menu that you were previously on when you switch from person to person. So let's take a look at putting in a bev order. For person 1, I am selecting soft drinks, and then I'm just going to order them a Pepsi. And as you can see, it pops up on the left, and then I'm going to switch to person 2 and see it brings me back to my beverage and liquor menu. And so I'm going to order this person a draft, a Brutus actually, which is a 22-ounce beer of Bud Light. And then when you go to review our order, the 2 people are separated by their drinks. Going back to our beverage and liquor menu, it gets a little bit confusing when it comes to craft beers. So let's look at what the craft beer menu looks like on the POS. And I'm just going to select craft pints because we can either do craft pints, which are 16 ounces, craft Brutuses, which are 22 ounces, or craft 11 ounces. It just depends on the alcohol percentage because we don't want to overserve our guests. And as you may or may not have saw in the video, we list our drafts by A, B, C, and D, so the bartender knows which to ring in. And like I said, certain ones can come in the 11 ounces and certain ones can come in the 16 ounces. It all depends on the alcohol percentage. So I've listed there A, B, C, and D for you. We quite frequently change out our craft selections because we're always getting new beers. So we have it displayed for our guests that you see are 4 crafts that are on tap, and then the 4 that are coming on once the other keg kicks. So let's continue on with our menu here. On the left-hand side, we have our appetizers menu, which lists all the appetizers we have on our menu. But on the right-hand side, we have our half-price appetizers. Now, once it hits 10 o'clock every night of the week, our appetizers are half price. So when we're putting in orders, we have to make sure to go to this menu so we get the correct prices. And as you can see, not all of our appetizers are included in half-priced apps. And specifically for the appetizers, we have this thing called Build Your Own Sampler, where you can pick 2 for $9.99, 3 for $13.99, and you can add any additional sampler for only $3.99 each, up to 5 samplers. So let's take a look at how you'd put that in the POS. So we go to appetizers, and I'm going to do the Build Your Own 3, and I'm going to pick the boneless wings, and then you have to make sure you ask which sauce. So I put in hot, and then a dressing on the side, and then it'll bring us back to the same menu. So I put in chicken quesadillas and mozzarella sticks, and then when I'm done, it'll go back to the original appetizers menu. And the ones listed on the menu are the only ones that we can include in the Build Your Own Sampler. We can't really substitute out anything. So now we have our happy hour beverages. Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 we have happy hour, and after 10 o'clock every night is also our happy hour specials. We have discounted prices on our 16-ounce drafts, our well drinks, and our house wines. So again, it is very important when putting in drinks during these times to put in the right drink so you charge the guest the right amount. So next we have our burgers. Here on the left, a different variety of burgers, and Monday nights we have burger night. So all our burgers are only $8.99. So as you can see, the little burger night button on here. So on Mondays, we have to make sure that we put in the burgers under that tab. And on the right, we have all of our chicken dishes. Here we have our kids menus on the left and our pastas and bowls on the right. Now we have our lunch combo. During lunch hour, which is Monday through Friday until 4 p.m., we give our guests the option to make a combo. So they can choose 2 from the classic column for only $7.99, 1 from each column for $8.99, and then 2 from the signature column for $9.99. And then if you wanted to add a brownie bite in there, it's only $1.59. So as you can see on the POS, we have a button for just a classic combo, a classic signature combo, a signature combo, and then the brownie bite special. So on the left, we have all of our salads listed, and we can modify the dressings, take out the meats, add or subtract certain things depending on what salad it is. And then on the right-hand side, we have our sandwiches and our rolls. Same thing with modifiers. We can take things off, put things on, whatever the customer needs. Next, we have our seafood, which we don't have a huge selection of, but we still have some. And then our ribs, we have, and then on the right-hand side, we have our ribs. And now we're at steaks. Steaks are very, very important because we don't want to give our customer a steak that is not cooked the way they like it. So on the left-hand side, we have a list of all of our steaks. Certain steaks, like the butcher's meat and potatoes, can not be cooked more rare than like a medium because of the cut of the meat. But for the most part, you can ask how they want their steak done. So on the right-hand side, we have rare, medium, medium well, and well done. So when we ask a customer how they would like that cooked, we have to explain to them what it would be like to make sure they have the same definition of the doneness as you do. So for example, let's say I asked somebody, oh, how would you like your 8-ounce sirloin cooked? And they said medium rare. So then I would say, oh, you would like a red steak with a warm red center. And they say yes or no. And if they say no, then you explain to them the different types of doneness. So now we're on to our desserts and soups and extras. On the left, we have our decadent dessert menu. And on the right, you can see we have all our soups, which they can add to their order for only a little cost extra. So now let's take a look at our 2 for $20 menu. This is where customers can get 2 full-size entrees and 1 appetizer to share for only $20. We have 4 different appetizers listed, and the 5th one is you can choose 2 salads if you wanted to instead of one of the other 4 appetizers, and you can choose one of the any 5 entrees listed to keep it within the $20 range, or if you wanted to get a little extra, you can choose the 3 at the bottom. So let's see how you put that in the POS. So I go to the 2 for $20 tab and click the red button. I choose their appetizer, which here I choose spinach and artichoke dip. And now I get to decide if they want it first out or with their meal. So since I chose first out, the kitchen will know to send that out before their meal comes out. Then I chose a 3-cheese chicken cavatappi and a 6-ounce sirloin. Then I have to put in the temperature mod, which is medium rare. And then no steak topper because they didn't ask for a steak top, which is an extra charge. And then it comes with 2 sides. So my first side I chose is broccoli, and it pops up on the left. And then I choose another side, which are garlic mashed potatoes. And then it's all ready to send in the pack. So now let's put in an order with some modifiers. For those of you who don't know what a modifier is, it is a way to alter an order to fit the customer's needs. So for example, if they're allergic to something that is within a salad, we can take it out, or if they don't like this type of dressing, we can switch it out for them. So let's take a look at how we would modify a burger. So I'm going to go to our burger menu. And this is where I'm going to select our basic cheeseburger. And don't forget to ask the customer how they would like it cooked, because this is very important. So I clicked medium well. And for a little more extra, they got the sweet potato fries. And in the next video, our basic cheeseburger automatically comes with American cheese. But we are more than happy to switch that out for our customers. So I'm going to 86 the American cheese. And then let's say the customer asks for cheddar cheese. I'm going to click sub cheddar cheese. And now the kitchen knows to put cheddar cheese on the burger and not American. So let's take a look at our 3rd video. Now our basic cheeseburger automatically comes with lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickle. But let's say our customer doesn't like onion. So that's why we click the 86 red onion button, so the kitchen knows not to put onion on the burger. So now let's take a look at a steak modifier. Most of our steaks come with 2 side options, but some of the dishes automatically come with a side. So in this example, I'm going to do the 2 4-ounce bourbon street steaks, which come on a searing platter with crispy red potatoes. But you don't have to get the crispy red potatoes. So let's see how we would change that. So I would click on the dish, choose the temperature, how they would like it cooked, and then as you can see, it automatically goes back to the steak menu because it automatically comes with crispy red potatoes. So this is where we're going to go to our main modifier menu and click the 86 modifier button and scroll over to 86 crispy red potatoes. Now at this point there will be no side at all with the street steak, so let's put in a side for them. we're going to go to Sub Mods on the right-hand side. And then let's say they wanted some fries with that instead of the crispy red potatoes. So we're going to go over to the Sub Fries and click the button. And it's as simple as that. Now they can get their bourbon street steak with fries instead of crispy potatoes. It is very, 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 very important to know what items we do and do not have. A lot of the times we run out of them and they are forget to put in the system, which is an easy mistake. But if we do not have them, it is good to know what we do not have. So on the main menu of your POS, it says all the 86 items we have, which means the items we do not have currently, because we're either out of stock or we're not getting them back for a while. So, and when you're in the menus, if we do not have the item, they are grayed out like you can see on the right hand side. We don't have our chicken cornbread salad, so you're unable to click the button because we don't have it. Once we are done with our orders, we can send it, and once we need the check, we can print it out, which comes out the printer next to each terminal, and then the kitchen gets notified in the back. On the left-hand side is one of the computers behind the line, so the kitchen can see what order is up now. And on the right-hand side is the screen for the expo, so we know when the food is being started, cooked, when it's done, when it's ready to be prepped and brought out to the tables. So now, we just talked a lot about our POS terminals, which were computers, all touchscreen computers. Now let's talk about a different type of POS by Presto, which we call our TEDs. These are tablets put on each table to make customers and servers' lives easier when it comes to ordering and enjoying the experience. So we have a bunch of different options here. But as a server, it is very important to swipe into your TED, so when your customer puts in an order or needs you, it is under your name, and this is how you do so. I just take my swipe card, swipe it in the top, and my server number comes in, so I know I'm all logged in. So let's take a look at some of these different options. Let's try putting in a food order through the TED. We have our appetizer menu. We have all our appetizers listed. And to order that, we would just click it, and it would automatically add to cart. And once it adds to cart, we would click the green Place Order button. We can also order desserts on the TED, so let's take a look at our dessert menu. And as you can see, we have all of our desserts listed, and it would be the same ordering process. Just click on it, it'll add it to your cart, and you can place your order with the green button. With the TEDs, you can also refill drinks if you have already ordered them, except for alcoholic drinks because we have to keep track of those. And once an order is sent through the TED, it'll automatically go back to the kitchen, and the kitchen will notify when the customer has sent something back. With the TEDs are also games to keep our guests entertained, especially the little ones, when they come in for their experience at Applebee's. So let's take a look at some games we have. And we always try to tell our customers that it is $1.99 for the games. It is unlimited for the entire time you're there, but it is $1.99. So when we go to play the game, we click play, and it'll automatically prompt our customers to add $1.99 to my bill, and if not, just cancel your purchase and you won't get charged at all. Another tab on our TED is our info tab, which you can get all the new information that's going on in the Applebee's world. So let's take a look at that. You can join our email club through the TED. You can connect through social media. You can see what Applebee's fundraisers we are doing. See what type of, or what our TEDs are all about. And then if you're not sure the balance on your gift card and your server's not around, you can check your balance right on the TED. Now in this example, I didn't have anything in my cart, so I was unable to do a checkout process on the TED. So you would just go to the Pay tab, click Pay Now, and you can only pay electronically, so if you have a debit, credit card, or a gift card. And this will give you the option to split up the check, pay for certain items, and add your tip right on the bill. And then you can either get an emailed copy of a receipt, no receipt, or we can print out a receipt for you. Now with these TEDs, there is a little light on the top of the TED that'll blink different colors to indicate different things. As servers, we need to know when these occur, so we know if they send in an order, if they need a receipt, if they need us, or if they're making a payment and having trouble. So in this video, we're going to see what it looks like when a customer needs a server. So we're going to go to the Call Server button, and then we're going to click Call Server, and then it is automatically going to blink red, and then it is going to pop up in the computer on the kitchen to notify the kitchen that one of the customers needs their server. So they will either let us know, or if we're passing by and see the red light, we stop by and ask them what they need. Thank you for watching my video tutorial on the different POS systems at Applebee's, and we hope to see you tomorrow.